Our next segment in our World of Wheels show tonight on Curtain Call involves the drivers who I believe must be the most prone to injury, at least. When you take a look at the racing, and I've seen a bit of it myself at Saskatchewan Place, they've had some, and of course at the Prairie Land Exhibition during Exhibition Week. And I'm talking about motocross racing. And I want to welcome a member of this group right here, the Saskatoon Track and Trail Motorcycle Club. Thank you very much for the T-shirt. Tony Towstego is an executive member of the Track and Trail Motorcycle Club. Now you don't have a facility of your own in a sense. You do it around like you do it at the exhibition and at Saskatchewan.
No, actually, the Track and Trail Motorcycle Club holds its main events at Autopasso Trails, which is 14 miles Outlaw Avenue.
I'm sorry, that's right. Now that you mention that, I've seen the trails out there.
Yeah, that's a government piece of land. That's a recreational site that the club was really active in getting 10 years ago. And some of our senior members worked very hard at getting that. And that's where we hold our inter-club races.
Is there room for spectators out in that?
Absolutely. We don't have bleachers or anything. You just sort of come out there and...
That's the way people watch motocross a lot, though, isn't it?
That's considered outdoor motocross. And really, again, in the last 10 years, the sport really took a lot of changes where now you've got indoor motocross and outdoor motocross.
What's the difference?
In the indoor, it's more competition-minded. Like, you'll have 10 of the top riders in the United States, for example, and they'll line up and race on a circuit that's all marked right off with hay bales and what have you. And it's really geared towards that end of it. It's more of a show than it is a race. Big jumps, lots of berms, real fast. Yeah.
You guys got to be the craziest when it comes to motorsports. You've got nothing there to protect you.
Well, actually, no. The riders are really well protected.
That suit is...
Yeah, they got shoulder pads, knee braces, elbow pads, gloves. The helmets are the best that you can buy in the industry. And actually, a bit of a misconception of the sport of motocross is that it is dangerous. I think that you get a lot more players injured in hockey or football than you ever do in motocross.
Is that right?
Yeah. You'll see some of the most spectacular crashes at a supercross or a motocross race and just say, why? How can this guy possibly walk away from this?
Yeah.
And they'll bounce right up, get on their bike, and get right back in the race and sometimes win it.
I have watched them, and they don't even hesitate. They're back up there.
Oh, no.
I wonder how the bike can even make it.
Again, too, the bikes are built really tough and are designed for the sport.
Are these basic bikes? Okay, we're going to get an opportunity to see now. We're taking a look at some Supercross?
Yeah, this particular footage was shot in Calgary at the Saddle Dome. And in the lead right there is Ross Pedersen, who currently is #1 in Canada. You'll see 2 #1 plates there. Just behind him in third place is Al Dick, and the two of them are racing together for first and second place.
Oh, yeah. And
here you have an example of what they call indoor motocross or supercross. And it's a very tight track. It's built in a hockey rink.
Yeah.
That's the space we have to work with. And they put on an incredible show. Like this particular race here, there's 10,000 spectators on hand. And the guy in second place there on the Yamaha is Jim Hawley from California. And he comes down to, as a matter of fact, he was here last year racing at Saskatchewan Place. And he races in Alberta quite a bit. And he's one of the top supercross riders in Canada, in the United States, actually.
Is the track the same? Okay, they've got to grade this down and do a hockey game tomorrow night, and then they'll bring it back up. Is the track the same, or does it change every time, and you got to get used to it?
They usually, the promoters will change it most times.
Is that right?
Yeah, you'll get different jumps, different angles all the time.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Because once you get used to a track, you could start, almost do it with your eyes closed. But having to do a new track.
Actually, the more experienced supercross riders jump on a track like this, and it's absolutely amazing. The first lap, they're out there and they're going as fast as they can.
They know exactly what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. They practice lots, and I mean, they're out there. They're racing for the major manufacturers like Suzuki or Honda, and they're out there for the bucks too.
Okay, is there good dollars in this?
Definitely. In the United States, supercross is becoming known as one of the best, most lucrative sports you can get involved in.
Is that right?
Rick Johnson, who's the #1 rider in the United States and in Europe right now, who rides a Honda, his contract is in excess of $1.5 million. So
not bad.
Not even including his sponsorships.
His endorsements
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what is if a person wants to get involved in Saskatoon, is it going to be expensive for him or her to get involved with the bike?
No. When you look at motorsports in general, and nothing against drag racing or stock car or anything, but motocross tends to be actually one of the least expensive sports when it comes to a motorsport. You can buy a motorcycle for between $2,500 and $3,500, a good quality one, and your equipment, and for $5,000 you're racing.
You're on your way.
Yeah, It's an investment. I mean, it's going to be a lot of paper route money, but
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Now, you do a lot of it out there, but you are at the Prairie Land Exhibition.
Yes.
During exhibition.
Yeah, during exhibition, we'll be there July 11th and 12th. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday. And we'll be having qualifiers during the afternoon. And then on in the evening, we have what we call the main events. And we'll have pros coming up from all over, from Montreal, as far as Montreal and Vancouver.
Really?
Ross Patterson and Al Dux should be here. And they'll put on a hell of a good show.
That's great to be able to get them from right across Canada like that.
Yeah, all that.
Is that the way this industry is, or
Yes.
the sport is?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
There's a lot of traveling involved?
Yeah, it's a very close-knit kind of group. Like, everybody involved in the sport knows each other. And it's so nice to see, you'll see the pro rider out there helping the little mini bike rider, you know, 14-year-old, giving him advice and helping him out. And the other thing, another event I actually want to bring up, though, again with the Prairie Land Exhibition, we have a very special event, a fellow coming all the way from Nevada, and his name is Doug DeMocus, and he's ticketed as the Wheelie King, and he is definitely the Wheelie King. He'll take one of those tracks and wheelie all the way around it on his motorcycle.
Oh, is that right?
And he puts on a really good show, and he's actually quite famous for a lot of things. He was on That's Incredible, and also he wheelied right across the Great Wall of China from one end to the other without putting his front wheel down.
Wow. How does somebody do that?
Plus, he has a high wire act that he does as well.
Are we going to see? We're not going to see that here.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. Very entertaining show.
That's great.
I saw
Now,
it
do you
in
have
Calgary.
regular events going on
Yeah.
out on
Yeah.
the highway there?
Yes, we pick up within our club. We pick up in the beginning of March and go right through actually till the end of September.
You don't waste any time.
No, every weekend we're out there riding and racing. During June we have what we call a Wednesday night series, and every Wednesday night the club gets together and we have a race, and it's for trophies. And it's really, I mean, if someone's out that way, come on and watch, because there's lots to see.
Okay, if a person does have a bike and wants to get involved with the club, first of all, you're a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
How many members? Ballpark figure?
We have about 60 members right now.
Yeah?
And the neat thing about that is our members range from as young as 12 years old right up to 60.
12?
Yes. We have professors, students, you know, all kinds of people involved in the club.
Are those 12-year-olds on bikes?
Oh, yes. Yeah, they'll ride a 60cc or a 50cc bike.
Wow.
A lot of the fathers actually encourage it. They take their boys out and they put around in the pits and watch Dad ride.
Dad gets to go out and ride. Yeah, that's the main thing. I guess that must be beneficial to get him